What's up, guys? This is Tai Zen. Welcome to the cryptocurrency.market channel. In this cryptocurrency investing blueprint, follow-up training, and coaching, I want to explain to you how to create an index portfolio. Before I get started, let's go through the disclaimers real quick. Okay, the objectives of this video are I'm going to talk about the what are the popular investing strategies on the market. I'm not going to talk about all of them, just a few of them. And then I'm also going to talk about why do investors use an index strategy. And then finally, I'm going to talk about how to create an index portfolio. And I'll show you guys hands-on how to do that. All right. Full disclosure here, we are not licensed financial advisors. Okay, so do not ask us for any financial recommendations to buy, sell, or hold, and consult with a licensed professional for that information. Okay, what we share with you guys on this channel and in this coaching is just for educational purposes only, and I just share with you guys what I do. It's not to be taken as financial advice. Okay, don't forget that you can lose 100% of your money when trading and investing in any asset, especially in cryptocurrencies. This TaiFu portfolio manager software that we're going to use is currently in alpha stage of development and to be considered draft materials only, and you should not be using it for financial advice or for managing your real money. Okay, please consult with a licensed professional for that. Okay, so what are some popular investing strategies? Some popular investing strategies are one would be day trading. Many people know about that. That's more of a short-term strategy, and that's what a common day trading strategy is called scalping. Okay, where you go into the markets and after it moves up, 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, $1 or something, and then you pull it out. So there's people that scalp Bitcoin. For example, if it's at $9,000, it goes up to $50 or $100. Then they take profits and they make money on that $100 or so. Now, in America, in the Western countries, that's not such it's done, but it's not very as common as it is in Asia. In Asia, the average college salary is like $400 or $500 a month for a college graduate. So because of that, if somebody owns one Bitcoin, it goes up $100, $200, $300. It's very common for them to sell it and take profits, so that's like a month worth of income for them. Okay, so I personally do not do a lot of scalping, even though I know how to do it and our team knows how to do it. We don't do a lot of that because it's not scalable, meaning that if we wanted to come in and out of the markets with $100,000, $500,000, or $1 million, $5 million, that's not something that it's just realistic in the trading world. In crypto, because there's not enough liquidity to support that type of trading. So we don't like practicing skills that do not allow us to scale. So we want to learn the skills to manage a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio. So scalping is for people that have much smaller portfolios. I don't recommend it because you develop the wrong mindset to make big money in cryptocurrency trading and investing. But there are people out there that do it. So I personally, I've never seen somebody scalp the markets and make a profit consistently and be able to live off of it for many years. Okay, so the second type of trading is arbitrage type of trading, and this is a short-term type trading. And this is where you see the price, for example, of Bitcoin at one exchange, it might be $10,000, and then at another exchange, it might be $9,500, and there's a $500 difference there, and that's called the spread. And then you try to buy it at the exchange for $9,500, and then turn around and sell it at the exchange that has it for $10,000. So that's one type. Again, you need this is another one of those strategies that's not a long-term scalable strategy. Like I have not seen anyone or know of anyone, and I have not been able to do it myself either, to be able to arbitrage a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio like that. Okay, so that's not something that I can talk about or recommend simply because I have not seen someone do it consistently profitable. all right? So there's also market making. Now this is something that I have seen people do that is scalable, that is profitable, but it takes a tremendous amount of computer engineering and computer science skills to do that. So I'm not one of those Asians that's good in math and science and engineering, so that's not something I can talk about, okay? But I have seen people do that, but the stuff that they explain to me is just beyond my level of comprehension, okay? So I'm gonna skip that. Now, so I don't recommend number one or number two, okay? Because it's just not, one is that the risk is higher, and to me the risk is higher, and it's not scalable. Like, it's not something that you can do it when you have a smaller portfolio, but as you get bigger and bigger, you're not going to be able to do it, or it becomes extremely difficult. All right. The last one is the trend trading, which is the long term. There's several types of trend trading. There's the buy and hold, okay, where you buy it and hold it for several years, and there's no really rhyme or reason. You just buy it and because you think that the market's going up or the coin's going up, and you hold it until the day that you need the coin, okay? And then there's the HODL approach that a lot of Bitcoin maximalists likes to take, where they just buy Bitcoin and they just HODL it. I don't know, they don't ever talk about selling it, they just talk about holding it. So that's another approach. Now, the approach that our team takes is what's called an index approach. And an index approach, let me go to the next slide here, and let me explain what an index approach is, okay? So why do investors use an index approach? Okay, so there's several advantages, but there's also disadvantages of it, okay? So the advantage is that when you trade an individual coin, you're betting that a single coin is gonna go up in price. But when you take an index approach, you're betting on that the entire market is gonna go up. So for example, we believe that right now, Bitcoin is at a somewhere around a 250, 260 billion market cap, between 250, 275 billion market cap. And we believe that in the future, it's going to surpass the previous highs from the 2017, which was around 835 billion market cap, somewhere depending upon which website you get the data from. It's over 800 billion market cap. And we believe that the crypto market has the potential to go to the same market cap as gold. Okay, so gold has like a $7 or $8 trillion market cap, and gold is not really divisible. You cannot use it as a currency. You cannot transmit it across the internet. It's not easy to protect. It's not easy to secure, and it's not easy to authenticate gold if it's real gold or not. Like the gold chain I'm wearing right here, I bought it from a reputable dealer. But if I tell you it's gold, there's no way that you can tell if it's real gold or not until you take it to the lab and test it. So despite all these flaws in gold, it's still worth a $7-8 trillion market cap, even with all those disadvantages. So we believe that the crypto market is going to match at least the market cap of gold, which is somewhere around 7 or 8 billion market cap. And so we'll be happy if it even gets to a $5 billion market cap, or even a $1 trillion market cap, right? So we're betting that the entire cryptocurrency market is going up instead of betting just on a single coin, okay? So the other advantage is that it's less work, all right? We don't have to trade in and out every day. We don't have to do, because day trading is more of a job. A lot of people think that it's financial freedom, but to me it's not really. I've done a lot of day trading before. At my peak, when I was trading the Forex market, I was averaging like over 3,000 trades a year. So with real money, okay? So it's not like I'm speaking without experience. I have a lot of experience in day trading. So if we take a index approach and a trend trading approach, it's a lot less work, okay? And at 49 years old now, I just want my money working for me. I don't want to have to work so hard for my money anymore, okay? So number 3 is able to invest a significantly bigger amount of money, such as a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio. So when I first started trading many years ago, okay, in 2007, I started learning trading formally in 2007, and then made my first live trade in March of 2008, okay? So at that time, I was trading less than a $50,000 portfolio, okay? So there was a lot of things that I did not know about money when you start getting to a bigger portfolio. So when our team got into the 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio range, we saw that there's a lot of things that we didn't know. Okay, so we made lots of mistakes in 2017 because we had never worked with that kind of volume before. Okay, but now that we've done it and we've learned from it, we are much better prepared for the next bull market and subsequent bull markets. Okay, so if you trade a single coin, it's extremely difficult to move in a large amount of money in and out of the coin. Okay, with the exception of maybe like Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum. Okay, most coins you cannot move 7, 8, 9 figures in and out of that coin, but you can move 7, 8, 9 figures into the entire crypto market and move it back out when to take profits. Okay, remember guys. So one of the things that we learned from the 2017 bull market was that when we got to the top and like our portfolio was this big, right? Let's just say it was X amount of dollars, right? The reality was that about 30% of it was not really liquid. So on paper, it looks like we had a lot of money, but then when we go to cash it out and sell it, it was extremely difficult. Okay. Hey, can you guys close the door? It was extremely difficult to sell it and take profits on it. So in this next bull market, we did not want to run into that same problem. And an index approach allows us to buy the coins that are more liquid, so that when we go, if it goes up 5x or 10x, right? So just think about it, guys. If we have a 7-figure portfolio or 6-figure portfolio now, and it goes up 5 or 10x, right? That's a large, very, very large sum of money. And if we want to take profits on it, it's not so easy when you do it on a single coin. So it's a lot easier to do that on a more liquid, large cap coin. Okay. So number 4 is that there's a higher probability of profits over the long term. So we are betting that the entire crypto market is going to go up to the same market cap as gold. All right, or higher, but at least a minimum of like gold. All right. So because of that, right now the market cap is at 200 and let's just round it off to 250 billion, so the math is easy, right? If I take 250 billion and it goes up to 1 trillion, that's a 3x gain from here. And then if it goes up to 2 trillion, that's a 7x gain from here. So our goal is not to jack around and screw around and miss that 3x or that 7x gain. We want to be there when that happens. Now there are people that are looking for 100x, 1000x and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that on a single coin if you're lucky and you found that one coin that will do 100x. But at this stage, because the more the market matures, the less profit is going to be. There's still going to be a tremendous amount of profit in the next bull market, but we don't see 1000x. But we can see if we make another 5x or 10x from our entire portfolio, that really sets us up for the upcoming bull market after that. Okay, so just be aware of that, guys. Now, there are disadvantages of an index approach. We have to rebalance every quarter, whether we like it, whether we like the coin or not. Okay, so that means that there's times when we have to sell a coin when we don't want to, and there's times when we have to buy a coin when we don't want that coin in our portfolio. Okay, so number 2 is that there's possible short-term tax liabilities. If you're living in a country where they do not tax crypto, then it's not really a big deal to rebalance your portfolio every quarter. But if it's if you're living in like the U.S. or other Western countries where you get taxed on crypto, then there's a downside that you have to pay to rebalance your portfolio. Okay, so the other thing too is that number 3, we'll miss short-term explosive moves in individual coins. So because we're taking an index approach and we're investing into the large cap coins, right? There's individual coins that might do a 10, 20, 30x in 1 month, 1 week, 1 year that we are going to miss. And that's acceptable for us because we want our entire portfolio going up. We don't want to risk, keep looking for these unicorn coins and then they don't turn out to be a unicorn or that special one and then we lose it. Okay, so the 4th thing is that it's not going to be fun and there's nothing sexy about an index strategy. Okay, there's it's just very cut and dry how it's done. A lot of people don't like it to do an index approach. They like that gambling sensation when they're investing their money, and they want to do something that's exciting that they can go brag to their friends. And there's really nothing exciting about an index approach, guys. It's very unsexy. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how to create an index portfolio here, guys. Number one, we're going to determine how much money I will put into an index portfolio. And then afterwards, I'm going to choose a reputable crypto index for my benchmark to build my portfolio, such as the TaiFu Cryptocurrency Market Index or the TaiFu Altcoin Market Index. And then number three is that I'm going to determine how many coins I will buy based on my initial capital, all right? And then number four, I will select a reputable exchange to buy my coins, right? And then number five, purchase the coins. And then number six, create a new portfolio in the TaiFu Portfolio Manager for tracking and diagnostics purposes. And then number seven, obviously, is to move the coins to a hardware wallet, all right? Now, I went through this real quick, but I'm gonna change the screen here. I'm just gonna basically copy all this, guys, and then I'm gonna come over here and paste it over here. So the right there, I pasted it right there already. Okay, so let's come over here real quick. The first step is to determine how much money I will put into the index portfolio, and this index portfolio, I'm going to call it the U.S. coronavirus stimulus portfolio. So due to the coronavirus, the U.S. government is giving out people $1,200 to help pay their bills and take care of while the country is shut down and people are not able to pay for their food, their bills, their housing, their utilities and stuff. So the U.S. Government passed a law, and the IRS sent $1,200 to every taxpayer. Okay, so in this portfolio, I'm gonna create a kind of like do like a case study portfolio is what this is. So it's basically like a $2,400 case study portfolio. Okay, so what happens is I'm gonna assume that I have $2,400. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it into this spreadsheet right here. And don't worry about copying the spreadsheet, guys. I will put a link to this spreadsheet under the video so that you guys can use it and you guys don't have to redo all the work that I did, okay? So my initial capital is gonna be $2,400, all right? Now, if I only have $1,200, then I would put the $1,200 in right there, and then it will redo the math, okay? So I'm gonna leave it at $2,400, and I'm gonna assume that this case study is for like a family who got the $2,400 stimulus money. All right, so that completes, let me see here, that we'll highlight that so we'll know where we're at. So determine how much money I will put into an index portfolio, and I'm going to do a $2,400 case study. Okay, so now choose a reputable crypto index for the benchmark. So I'm going to come over here. I'm sure there's other cryptocurrency market indexes on the market, okay? But I haven't paid attention to them and don't care because they're not indexes that help me to invest my money. So LeonFu.com, the business partner of mine, and my third business partner, David Fong, we created here the TaiFu 30 Cryptocurrency Market Index. If you click here, right, you'll see the index's performance over here. Now, at the moment, because this is in alpha stage, right? It's one day behind. Okay, so just be aware of that. But if we scroll back here to the birth of this TaiFu Cryptocurrency Market Index back in July of 2017, right? Back here, it was in July at that point, right there, July 1st. So if we put $100 back in at that time, it would have gone up to a high of like 650. So that's like a 5.5x gain. So that was really good, and then it came back down, and so now we're at right here. So it's above the 100. Now, obviously, this is what the index is doing, but you know, in the real world, we would be selling on the way up like it is right here. So more than likely, you know, we wouldn't be losing this much of it in our portfolio. All right. So the altcoin, the TaiFu 30 altcoin market index is very similar to the cryptocurrency market index. The only thing that's missing is that it has no Bitcoin in it. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you guys. If you click on the cryptocurrency market index right here, it has Bitcoin in there. So the 30 biggest coins by market cap with the highest trading volume, and has hardware wallet support, and it's not a stable coin, and it's not a exchange token, so, such as like Binance token or Unised Leo or just a Qcoin token or just any of those. Those are all removed from the cryptocurrency market indexes. Okay, we only want coins that has the potential to go up in price. Okay, now the reason why that's the reason why we don't have the stable coins up there, because they don't go up in price. The reason why we took out the exchange tokens like the Qcoin token or the Binance token and the Bitfinex token and things like that is because not everyone around the world has access to them. For example, like most people in the Western countries do not, especially like America, they don't have access to it. So we wanted to create an index where they have coins that everyone can have access to. All right. So we also made it so that the coin has to fit on a Trezor or a Ledger hardware wallet, so that it is safe. Because we don't want someone managing a 7, 8, or 9-figure portfolio and not be able to put it in a hardware wallet. That is not safe to do. Okay. So the difference between these two is that the altcoin market index does not have the Bitcoin in it. Okay. So for either one, if I click over here, the altcoin market index is down here, and it started back here also in July 1st of 2017, and at 100 points, and it went up to like 548. So there was a 4.5x gain. Now I want you guys to notice something here, right? Leon likes to use the model his portfolio on the TaiFu 30 cryptocurrency market index. I like to do mine based on the TaiFu 30 altcoin market index. All right. So over here, from where the current price is at, if it gets back up to the all-time highs for the altcoin market index, there's a 710% gain there. So that's about a 6x gain for me when we go back up to the all-time highs. And then if we look at where we're at on the current TaiFu 30 cryptocurrency market index here, if we go from here back up to the all-time highs, it's about a 257% gain. So that's about a 1.5x gain from here, ROI from here. All right. So because of that, okay, let me see. Because of that, I prefer the risk of this. Now, the risk of this is that, right, there's a bigger drawdowns, so the market's more volatile when you take the TaiFu 30 altcoin market index approach. So, but that's the approach that I'm going to take to build this coronavirus stimulus portfolio. All right. So what I'm doing here, guys, is very simple. It's come over here, and I've selected this already. All right. So I'm going here, and let's just highlight that so we know where we're at. So I select the altcoin market index. All right. Okay, I'm going to copy all this, right, and come down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it and come over here. And the way that I created this, just in case you want to just do it yourself, is I would paste it here and go with the special paste values only. And there's the numbers. And then I just pretty much need these two columns, okay? And that's pretty much it. And I just delete the rest, okay? So I just needed those two columns. What percentage is, the percentage of the coin is all I needed. The name of the coin and the percentage, okay? So that's how I did it. And then I come over here and I just hit delete and got rid of all that. And so I take that and put it over here. Okay, so that's how I did it. If you guys are wondering how it's done. But like I said, I'm putting the links to this video below so that you guys don't have to do it. But if you do it, that will help you to learn as well. Okay, so now I need to determine how many coins I will buy based on my initial capital, right? So right here, what's my initial capital, right? Is it going to be 10,000, 100,000, or 1 million? Okay, I'm just using these whole even round numbers so that it's easy for me to talk about it, since I'm not one of those Asian guys that's good in math. So it's hard for me to talk about complicated numbers and talk at the same time. So here's what I'm doing, guys, right? Let's just say that I put in 10,000 right here, okay? Now, let me just do my example of my case study first, guys, the 2,400. So I put $2,400 in there, and it automatically takes that right here. If you look at the math, it takes cell B2, which is the 42%, and it multiplies it by cell C1, which is this 2,400, the amount, the initial capital right here. So it comes out to be 1,027, right? And then 17% of it is 426, and then 8% of that $2,400 is 210, and that goes into Bitcoin Cash. Let me open this up a little bit, just so you can see the symbol here. Right there. Okay, so 8% goes into Bitcoin Cash, 7% goes into Litecoin, which is $188, and then 2% goes into EOS, which is $69, and then 2.67% goes into Chainlink, which is $64. Now, if you guys notice here, right after Bitcoin Cash, you would think that Bitcoin SV should be in here, okay? And it should be, but the problem is one of the criteria that needs to be in the index is that the coin needs to have hardware wallet support. And at the moment, I don't see any hardware wallet support for a Ledger or a Trezor to hold Bitcoin SV. So because of that, as a beginner, it's not really safe for a beginner to buy a coin that does not have a hardware wallet support. Based on our teaching and coaching experience, we have seen more people lose money when they invest money into the cryptocurrency market. They lose more money because they lost their coins versus the market crashing 90%. Okay, most people don't use a hardware wallet, and the ones that don't, they just lose their entire money, and they never have a chance to make any money on it. So we cannot, put any coins on here that do not have a hardware wallet support. Okay, so that's it. Now, if you'll notice, right, this is very important, guys. The $2,400 here, okay, if I add all this up, okay, it's about $2,200 right here. Okay, it's not the full $2,400, all right? I'm gonna stop at I'm only gonna buy the top 15 for my $2,400 coronavirus stimulus portfolio here, my case study here. The reason is because these amounts down here are just really too small, okay? So even though I'm taking the index approach, and a lot of people would think, oh, Tai, you need to buy all 30 coins or whatever, to make it an accurate index portfolio. The reality is that if I just buy the top, right, let's say if I just buy the top 5 coins right there, that makes up already 80% right there of the index, all right? Now, if I go down to the top 15 coins, that makes up 95%. So my portfolio is going to mirror and replicate 95% of the TaiFu 30 altcoin market index. And for me, that's good enough. 80, 90%. Like, we're not trying to be perfect here, guys, right? I know that if you work as a doctor, an engineer, or an accountant or something, you might, those types of professions require people to be perfect and, be precise. But in trading and investing, it's not so important that you have to be exactly 100% precise. As long as you're 80 to 90%, close enough, it's good enough. Okay. What's important is taking action and getting all the pieces of the puzzle done. That's more important than being 100% precise all the time. All right. So I'm happy with that, and also the transaction cost to buy all these other coins down here in the bottom 30. the transaction cost is just, and the cost to transfer the coins to the hardware wallet will eat up this. So I won't even be able to buy a large amount of it, or any worthwhile amount. Really, it's just in the top 10 is more than plenty right there. That's already, if I just do the top 10 coins, I'm already replicating 91% of the TaiFu 30 altcoin market index. So I'm just adding these other ones here because I like Neo, and I like Monero, and I like Cardano, so I'm going to go ahead and add that to it. That's why I stretched it out to 15, just so you guys can see also. All right, so that okay. Now what happens if we start with $10,000? Okay, if we start with our initial is $10,000, and keep in mind this, guys, when we get into crypto as the first time, I'm creating this tutorial because I keep getting a lot of people asking me, you know, how do I start? How do I get started in take advantage of the cryptocurrency market, Tai? So this is what I'm creating this portfolio for. How I would do it if I had to start all over from the beginning. All right. So if I put in 10,000 here, if you guys notice this, right? Down here, once it starts to get like below $50 right here, it really becomes a real pain in the butt to try to buy these coins. It's just way too much work for the amount that you're investing into it. So if I put 10,000 here, then I would probably go down as far as like the top 20 coins, like that. Okay, but I probably would not go any further. And if I just went with the top 15 coins, there would be nothing wrong with that. Because think about it, guys. If you come down here, right, we're already at 95% right here? We're already at 95%. We're replicating the index by 95% already, okay? So adding another 5 coins to it, okay, is not going to mean much, guys. Okay, adding another 5 coins right here is just like adding another 2%. So that it's sometimes there's certain things in life, guys, it's just not worth the effort to take action to do it. But if you have plenty of time and you want to learn, right, there's nothing wrong with that either. Okay, so either one is not wrong. Now let's just change that number to 100,000. Okay, now I can already tell you right now, guys, if I'm putting in $100,000 in here, okay, if I'm putting $100,000 in here, I'm gonna buy all 30 coins. Okay, there's no doubt about that. There's plenty of, it's definitely worth my time. All right, now if I put $1 million here, definitely I'm buying all top 30 and put it in my portfolio. Okay, but in this particular case study, we're only working with $2,400, right? Because this is the coronavirus stimulus portfolio, right? So I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay, let me get rid of this. All right. All right. So from here, okay. And by the way, I keep saying the top 15, but really this is like the top 14. Okay. I just put a line in the sand, guys, that after below $20, it was just not really worth the time and effort anymore. Okay. So that's why I stopped it right there at Cardano. Okay. It's not because I did not want Tron in my portfolio. It's just because I just made a mental limit that, hey, I'm not going to waste my time with anything less than $20. Okay, so here's what I did, guys. So determine how many coins. We determined that it was $2,400, right? Let me see, $2,400. And then, so you guys decide which one of these guys that you want to do, all right? We forgot to highlight this for some reason earlier, since we're done with it. All right. Now, select a reputable exchange to buy my coins. So if you guys go to cryptocurrency.market/FAQ right here at our website, cryptocurrency.market/FAQ, on number 3, we get asked, so this FAQ, it's the same questions we get asked all the time, like who we are, so we answered here. Number 2, advertising and product review requirements. Here's the answers here. Number 3 here is cryptocurrency investing. Okay, now I just want you guys to know here, we updated it on 12/24/2019, and please note that we were not paid by any of these businesses to list their names here. Okay, these are businesses and exchanges and services that we use. None of them paid us. I just want to make sure, because a lot of people, whenever you go to their YouTube channel. They put a lot of referral links on there, and they get paid on that. We do not get paid on any of these guys. Okay, so we're disclosing that right now. You can tell that we don't get paid for any of this because if you mouse over it, right, and you look in the bottom left corner, it'll say like the HTTPS Cumberland.com mining. So there's no ID number to identify that we were the ones who referred you guys to them. Okay, so same thing here. You guys notice there's no referral ID number after the .com portion, and that's how you can tell that this is not a referral link. Okay, so we have a huge issue in the cryptocurrency market where a lot of YouTubers and cryptocurrency influencers, they're they're getting paid to refer customers to the exchange, but they're not disclosing it, so that's why they're getting their YouTube channels shut down. So we don't want to get our channel shut down, and that's the reason why we don't use any referrals. Okay. Plus, we make our money from trading and investing in the markets. We don't make money by getting paid by the exchanges or the services here. Okay. If we do in the future, we will tell you. We will disclose it to you. So don't worry about that. Okay. But here's all the exchanges that we use, guys. And I try to do my best to list the origin or where the country is based out of, based on my research online. Now, just so you guys know, we have used every one of these services, and we have when I say we, me, myself, my team, and our students, we have pretty much probably ran at least $1 million through every one of these services listed here, or stored it on there before it makes this list. So if you guys are wondering, hey Ty, how come you don't put so-and-so service or so-and-so wallet on this list, it's probably because we haven't ran $1 million through it to make sure that it's okay and safe, and just so you guys know too, when we test it, we don't just send them $1 million. We do a small amounts first, and then we wait a few months, add some more, and then add some more, and then do some more and do some more before we are comfortable doing that. Okay, so just be aware of that. So you can get the list right here, depending on what country you're in. So these are the ones that we have used that have seemed to be reliable, and so that's why we're comfortable putting it on there on that list. Okay, so if you don't see an exchange on there, more than likely we haven't used it, or if we have used it, we haven't ran a large volume of money through it to feel comfortable putting it on this list for our viewers. All right, so back here, so once you select the exchanges, right, then we are good to go with that step. Okay, the next is to purchase my coins. Okay, so right here is a list of the coins that I purchased. Okay, so I'm going to do this, guys, just to make it so it's simple here. Okay, so I'm going to move this up here, and I'll move it out the way in a minute, right? Okay, so if you look here, Ethereum here, I bought Ethereum on all these coins were bought all on the same day. So if you guys follow the process, notice that the process I'm using, I get it all done all at once. So once I do all the paperwork, all the calculations in here, I can just go to the exchange and then make the purchases all at once. Okay, so if you look here, these are all buy orders. They were all done on the 5/16 right here, and pretty much all around the same amount, same time. Okay, and they all got filled right here. So the bottom portion is from Binance. The top portion is, I think, from Gemini. Okay, so the Ethereum right here was bought there, and so there's I'll give you guys an example how I was doing it. Okay, so that you guys understand. So let's just say that I had 42%, and I can allocate 1,227 out of that 2,400 into Ethereum. All right. So if I do the math, at that time, Ethereum was about $200.08 right there. So 5 times 200, so that's about $1,000, somewhere around right there. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to just get done. All right. So don't worry. I don't worry about being perfect. I just need to worry about getting the coins done and purchased. Okay. So there it is. I bought it on 5/16. Right. Oh, you know what? Let me just delete this column. Right. Yeah. That way I have more room here. So Ethereum was around 200 and $202.08 at that time. So you multiply by 5, that's about 1,000 something. So it doesn't have to be perfect like this, guys. And so that was purchased right here. That was the first purchase. So Ethereum, buy limit, $200.08. And there's the 5 ethers right there. And it came out to be at like 1,040. So it's off by about $27, but it's no big deal, guys. Like I said, we don't have to be perfect on this, okay? So on Ripple here, 17% goes into $426 of that money will go into Ripple. So I did the math. It's about 2,100 times 19.19 cents right there. So it comes out to be about 2,097. And just to make it so that it is simple, guys, I just did the math so that it's what do you call that? I did the math so it's simple. So I just ran it off to 2,100, and they charged a fee on it, so it came out to be like 2097. Now let me see here. Where was the Ripple? I thought it was done in here. Anyways, it was done at another exchange somewhere. Okay, I'll find out later on and put it in the notes. Okay, so anyways, Bitcoin Cash right here is 237, so that's about 1 coin. Now notice that the 237 right here, the Bitcoin Cash transaction right here, 237. That's more than the 210. But to me, it was easier just to keep track, just to have 1 Bitcoin, just so mentally, because I don't want to make it complicated as a beginner, right? So that's why I just ran it off to 1. And then, like I said, guys, if I round up a few dollars or round down a few dollars, it's not going to kill me, okay? So same thing here with Litecoin. Bought 4 Litecoins at 43.15, so I got 4 right there, and I'm allocated $188. So over here at Litecoin, right, 43.15, there's 4 Litecoins, and it was $172. So it's less than the 188, but it gives me a whole even round number just to work with, guys. All right. Same thing here. I try to do the same thing with EOS and so on, guys. And the everything here is on this spreadsheet, so you guys can take a look at it, right? Right there. All right. So I bought the coins. Let me stretch this back out so it's easier for you guys to read when you guys go take a look at it. All right. So there it is there, and then I purchased the coins. All right, so I finished step number 5 right there. And then I create a new portfolio in the TaiFu Portfolio Manager for tracking and diagnostics. All right, so I come over here to the TaiFu Portfolio Manager that we used earlier. And if you haven't signed up already, then click this button right here to sign up, put in your username, email. We'll send you an email to confirm it, to make sure you're not a spammer or a robot trying to spam our network. So there you go right there. All right. Once you do that, then come back here, and after you confirm the email, you can log in to the system, put in the username, and then put in the password, and then log in. Okay. So once I log in, it will let me see a button here that says, you'll know that you logged in because it'll say your name right here. So to create a new portfolio, I would come here and click this, and then I would put in the name of the portfolio, which is the US coronavirus stimulus portfolio. I'm going to make it public, and then I have the list of the coins here, basically this list on my top screen here so I can see it. So I don't have to jump back and forth between these 2 tabs right here. So we come here and we click to add a new trade. All right. So you click on here, put down the date that you bought it, and it's I bought it on the 16th here. So my first coin is going to be Ethereum, and the quantity, the type of action I did was I bought it. So select buy. It's already there. So the quantity that I got was 5. Okay, and the cost basis. The cost basis is how much did I pay for each coin. So it's 200. And by the way, if you guys noticed earlier, it said 200.6 because that was the closing price for that day. So the system, the TaiFu Portfolio Manager automatically puts in the closing price for that day right there in case you don't know it. But in my case, I know it. So it was 208. So it automatically does the math for you, and it computes out that it's $1,000.40, right? And it also does a quick estimated tax category here would be a short term. For it to be long term, you have to have this coin for more than 12 months. So since we just bought it just a couple days ago, right, then it's just going to be a short term. And if, I want to make any comments here, just insert comment here. All right, so right now I don't need to make any comments, right? So you can put a comment like here, like maybe I borrowed that money from my wife or from my brother or sister or something, and I need to pay them back, or I borrowed those coins from someone, whatever. You can put the comment here, right? So that's done, right? So I can add a, there's two ways you can do this. You can hit save change here. I normally like to hit save change so that I don't lose it, and then I click on the next one, and I add the second coin. Again, this is on the 16th, right? The next one is Ripple, and even though I bought 2,100 of it, I only got 2,097, and the price that I paid for it was 1996 right there. So I'm gonna leave it there, and it calculates it, and then I hit save change, right? So again, click to add a new trade, select the date right here, select the coin, which is, in this case, the third coin is going to be Bitcoin Cash, right, which is right there. And if it's not on here, you can scroll down, or you can just type in, BCH, and it'll pull it up, and you select that. And the quantity there is 1, and it comes out to 236, but the price that I actually paid for it was 237.27. So 237.27, and so that's it. Then I hit save changes again. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and type in the rest of it, guys, so you guys don't have to sit and watch me do every one of it, but that's how it's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in the other dozen or so, and then I'll get back to you. All right, guys, this is gonna be the last coin that I add to the portfolio here. So again, click here, select the date, come in here and find your coin. There goes mine right there. So the quantity in this one is 401, and I bought it for 5 cents. So I hit save changes, okay, and I hit close, and I come out here and I refresh the page, okay. And as of yesterday, right, if I click on here, since I made it public, you guys can see it here, the U.S. coronavirus stimulus portfolio right there, and there's the what it's done so far. So I put in, if you guys remember, a total of $2,400, right, and right now it's at 23.20. So there it is as of yesterday, and so it went to as high as, let me see, the high for the day was around 23.57. So it got up to about right here. Okay. Now keep in mind, guys, we did not use that whole $2,400. Okay. So because of that, that's what it's going to look like. And so now, as this moves along, it's only got 2 days worth of candles, but as it moves along, and every quarter when I rebalance it, or if I take action on this, I'll make a video on it so that you guys can see how I manage a portfolio here. All right. So when we click on here, also, if you go down to the components window, then you can see what it is down here. Okay, all the coins here. Now, if you guys notice, there's no percent of the total on the first of the quarter, because we made the portfolio after that. Okay, so right here is the percentages right here, and so the way that you can check this to make sure that it's correct is by comparing this to the list that we have. So basically this is 44, 18, and 10. So we come over here, so it's 44, 18, and 10. So it's close enough because the price moves up and down each day, right? So there it is, guys. That's how I created the portfolio there. If I need to edit anything, then I can come back in here and click on this to edit, and then I can make any edits that I need. Okay, so I can come in here if I need to change anything, or there was a mistake, I come in here, correct it, hit the edit button right here, and edit what I need to, and then hit save changes. All right, so let me close that. Okay, so that right there completes step number 6 to create the portfolio right there. And now the last thing is to move my coins to a hardware wallet. So that's something that you guys will have to do. That's going to take too long for me to make a video about that. But basically, all these coins that's at the exchanges, they need to be moved to a hardware wallet. Okay, so we are not making short-term trades with this, guys. So there's no need to keep it on the exchange. You should not keep your coins on the exchange anyways, right? But all these coins right here should be moved to a hardware wallet. All right. So let me get back over here to the slides again. Okay. So I hope that you guys found this video tutorial useful on how to create a index portfolio. And the case study I did here was based on the TaiFu 30 altcoin market index. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below this video, and I'll try to answer it for you guys. To learn more about how we invest in the cryptocurrency market and things like that, I highly recommend that you guys get a copy of what is Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency investing here on our product page. If you are new to cryptocurrency trading and investing, so you have an idea what Bitcoin's blockchain cryptocurrency investing is all about, I highly recommend you start with that first, so that you'll understand. Okay. The other thing too is that subscribe to our cryptocurrency market newsletter if you haven't already. It's over here. If you go to our home page, you should see a sign up for it right there. All right. And then the other thing too is follow us on Twitter at HeyTaiZen and Leon Sifu, and I'll give you updates if I make any moves on the case study here. Thank you for watching this video, guys, and I will see you in a future video. Thank you.